If you've ever wondered why your GPU seems to outperform your CPU in certain tasks, you're about to get a clear answer. I'm Gideon, and today we're diving deep into the hidden architecture that makes your graphics card a powerhouse for parallel processing. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why GPUs dominate parallel tasks, but you'll also gain insights that can help you optimize your tech setup, whether for gaming, AI, or professional workloads. Let's start with the CPU. The central processing unit is often called the brain of your computer, and for good reason. It's designed to handle general-purpose tasks. Think of it as a small, highly skilled team that excels at logic, decision-making, and performing tasks one at a time. Modern CPUs might have anywhere from 4 to 16 cores, with each core capable of processing multiple threads. But here's the catch. CPUs are optimized for sequential processing. They shine when a task requires complex decision-making, branching, or executing instructions in a carefully ordered sequence. But what happens when you need to perform hundreds, thousands, or even millions of identical calculations simultaneously? That's where the CPU starts to lag. Now let's look at GPU and the problem they solve. GPU stands for Graphics Processing Unit. It was originally designed to render images and videos. GPUs have evolved into massively parallel processors capable of handling thousands of tasks at the same time. Unlike CPUs, GPUs consist of hundreds or even thousands of smaller, simpler cores. Each core may not be as powerful as a CPU core on its own, but when working together, they form a computational army capable of processing enormous volumes of data simultaneously. Whether it's rendering complex 3D scenes, running machine learning models, or simulating physical systems, GPUs are built to handle tasks that can be divided into smaller, repetitive operations, something that would bottleneck a CPU. So what exactly is parallel processing? Imagine you have a factory where products need to be assembled. A CPU is like a small team of highly skilled workers assembling products one at a time with precision. A GPU, on the other hand, is like a massive factory floor with thousands of workers, each handling a tiny piece of the assembly process simultaneously. That's why GPUs excel in tasks that are repetitive and data-heavy. When you train a neural network or render a high-resolution video, the GPU can process millions of calculations in parallel, completing in seconds what might take a CPU minutes or even hours. This is the fundamental reason why GPUs crush CPUs when it comes to parallel tasks. The difference goes deeper than just the number of cores. CPUs are built for versatility. Each core is complex, with large cache and the ability to make decisions on the fly. GPUs are specialized for repetition and scale. Each core is simpler and smaller, but there are hundreds or thousands of them working in unison. This architecture allows GPUs to divide large datasets across all their cores, performing identical calculations simultaneously with incredible efficiency. From my experience working with AI training and graphics rendering, understanding this distinction is crucial. The CPU and GPU are not competitors in the traditional sense. They are complementary. But for tasks that can be split into many parallel operations, the GPU is undeniably superior. Now let's look at some real-world examples. In AI and deep learning, training a model involves performing millions of matrix multiplications. GPUs handle these effortlessly, completing tasks in hours that might take a CPU days. In gaming, ray tracing and high-resolution rendering are handled almost exclusively by GPUs, allowing for smooth, realistic visuals. Even in cryptocurrency mining and scientific simulations, the parallel nature of GPU cores allows computations to be executed at scale. Throughout my journey as a tech expert, I've learned that leveraging the right hardware for the right task is a skill that separates good engineers from great ones. Understanding the GPU's strengths can save time, money, and unlock possibilities you didn't know existed. Now, it's important to acknowledge that GPUs aren't perfect. They struggle with sequential, branching-heavy tasks where decisions must be made step by step. They also rely on the CPU for certain logic, system operations, and data management. So while GPUs are exceptional for parallel processing, a balanced system where the CPU and GPU complement each other is always key. From my experience, knowing when to rely on the GPU versus the CPU is one of the most valuable lessons in computing. So, to recap, CPUs are brilliant, versatile, and precise, but they are limited in scale. GPUs, with their thousands of cores, dominate when it comes to parallel processing. They are the hidden engines behind modern AI, gaming, and scientific computation. If there's one life lesson I've learned from studying computing architecture, it's this. Understanding the tools you have and how to use them effectively is more important than raw power alone. Choosing the right tool for the right task, not just faster or bigger, is what separates good engineers from great ones. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more lessons from the world of technology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Until next time, stay curious, stay learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what your hardware can do.